Oh yeah!
Right, hope everybody's having a good one. Welcome to Planet Coaster 2 with Cookie Pirate. Today we're going to be in the Viking port first. So I'm going to go ahead into that. And, then we'll switch over to the tropical park in a little while. I also have a couple things that I want to check out by request. So I'm going to load into this. I haven't really spent much time in it. Hey, what's going on, man? Player, glad you're streaming. Finally, some energy. Oh, man. I appreciate that. Yeah. I was not feeling up to it Tuesday. And then I wanted to yesterday, and I ended up having a pretty terrible headache. So I didn't even turn my computer on, which sucked. I went to bed early. I woke up this morning kind of early, feeling much better, fortunately. Currently sitting in bed with 102. Ooh, no. Holy cow, man, that sucks. I hope you feel better soon. I'm not a doctor. I don't know what exactly you got. I don't care exactly what you got, but I hope you get better soon. Make sure you drink plenty of fluids. It's important that you stay hydrated. That sounded kind of bad when I said I don't care what you got. I mean, I don't need to know. It's not my business. I mean it in that sense. But, all that matters is you're sick, and I hope you get much better quickly. But yeah, definitely make sure you stay hydrated. So, this park. I went into it once recently and just looked around at some stuff, and I'm like, man, I think it was on stream. Somebody was asking about it and hadn't been in it in a while, so I figured I'd check it out. And people were like, oh, that's cool, but I definitely... Well, I don't know. I kind of have put the work... No, I haven't. I'm much less time into the park than the tropical one. But I also started this park much earlier. I actually started this back in January when I first got the game. This is my first, like, full-scale park that I started. And then my computer broke back in last January. Oh yeah, when I say I started in January, I meant last year. I keep forgetting it's the new year. It usually takes me a few weeks to remember that it's the new year. Happy 13th month of 2025, folks. Question in the early stage of the stream. I locked in on the Autumn Park. Can you look at it? I can check it out a little later. I think that's worth waiting a bit later until some more people show up. I'm hoping I'll have a good turnout tonight, because I haven't been on in a few nights. But I definitely would be willing to take a look at that. Dale has a park he wants me to look at. I want to wait a little bit to do either one, just until a few more people get here. But anyway, this is the first full-scale park I did in this game. Started it last year. Last January before my old computer went down, and I clearly, well, maybe it's not too clear, but I really didn't have the concept of themed areas down, so I kind of just put a bunch of Viking stuff all over the place, and there's no real designated areas in the park. It's all kind of all monotone in the sense of theming, And I definitely haven't done nearly as much landscaping in this park as I did in, or have done in the tropical one. I have done some, as you can tell, there is a fair bit of waterworks. And I like that. I just like doing water, you know, for terrain and stuff like that, just to give it some sort of a natural feel. But everything's kind of all over the place, and it's all relatively similarly themed, so... like Viking Station, Viking Restaurant, Viking Station, a little bit different there. Viking Station, Viking Station. This is the anomaly. This is the sorcery theme, so I did this ride in September after I built my new computer. Not the little pre-built that I had temporarily, that I had all those problems with. And of course, you can't go wrong with a T3 sucks reference. But this one's kind of blatant. Just stuck on the side of the building. Well, on the front of the building. Ooh, very close to the entrance of the park. So it's like you walk in, the first thing you see are these buildings, the second thing you see is the coaster, the third thing you see is this station and T3, and then you come around the corner. Sucks. I could get that speaker with the sound clip now that I set that up. Hopefully, hey Maria, hopefully Cookie touches the beacon in 2026. Oh no. Skyrim reference. To those of you that don't know, there's a quest that you have to go get you find a random beacon generally in treasure chests, or you can start the quest a different way. There's if anybody's even roughly familiar with the Elder Scrolls lore, they're the Daedric princes, and two of them are actually female, Meridia and Azura, which are actually two of my favorites. And whenever you find that beacon and you put your hand on it and pick it up out of the treasure chest, you hear this voice, "A new hand touches the beacon." That was a terrible impersonation of it. Stupid. But that's what it sounds like, and it actually triggers the quest. Maria Nocturnal is... it's okay. Not my favorite. I'm not super big. The Thieves Guild is actually a pretty good quest line. But I'm not a huge fan of... also Mephala. Well, yeah, those are also... well, if I'm not mistaken, Mephala is the one that sometimes can be male and sometimes female. Or is that Boethia? I don't remember exactly. But Azura and Meridia are the two that first jump in my mind because they are my two favorites. Anyway, before I go too deep into Elder Scrolls lore, this was the last coaster we built, this Vekoma Tilt coaster, and I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not really pleased with how it came out. And it doesn't really seem like many people are either. They're not really going out of their way to come over here. There's a few people, but meh. They're the most neutral. Yeah. Well, even... oh, this is another thing. The gods, which are very well known for being, like, prolific benefactors, most of the Daedric princes are evil, and the two exceptions, even though they can be very spiteful, are Azura and Meridia as well, which is probably why they're two of my favorites, because they're not horribly messed up as some of the other ones are. That's like the best part of this coaster right here is this zero-G stall. I'll actually give it a POV. I haven't really done that. Aw, shoot. Well, there's only 2 trains, and that excitement rating is lower than I thought it was. Well, dang it, and now it's stuck sitting here at the lift hill. Let's adjust the timing. Interval? Why? What's going on with that? Oh, is to keep it from sitting there so long. Your favorite is nocturnal. That's fair. So going here, maybe Jimpers can rework this coaster or something like that. I don't know. Alright, here we go. Hopefully we don't sit at the top of the lift hill for... Yeah. Also, I think to Dale's relief, there's much less crime in this park. It's even not all that bad. In the tropical one, it's gotten a lot better under control, but yeah, this one, everybody seems to be really well behaved. We're gonna tilt the track. We're gonna tilt the track. Hi-ho the Dario. We're gonna tilt the track. Oh, that was stupid. Oh, man. Alright, here we go. Not even that big of a drop. Got this wonky demonic knot element, which is kind of cool. That's a sharp turn. That zero-G stall is the best thing on the coaster. Some fun hang time in the Sea Serpent. And then after that, it's kind of just a throwaway. Probably some pretty fierce ejector. A couple of those hills. There we go. Yeah, so I mean that should have been better than it was. Yeah, the laterals are too high. Actually, minus 1.31, that's not too bad. Kinda chilly. Ah! No wonder nobody's swimming. It's 5 degrees in the water. Yeah, we should probably add a few. This says there's recommended to have 3. Ah, shoot. We're gonna need some power. Okay. Well, let's add our 3 recommended heaters over here. Everybody's sun lounging. It's 7 Celsius is 45 Fahrenheit. And you've got all these people lounging in the chairs. Well, I guess it's warmer in the sun than it is getting in this ice-cold, frigid water. Vikings would swim? Yeah. Oh, man. Well... Alright, tell ya... What I think I'm gonna do, actually... is I'm going to add... Oh, shoot. Yeah. I'm gonna add a few of these here. And it doesn't totally cover it, because it's fine. It should cover... Ah! It doesn't. Well, that looks... Well, I did not think they were going to be visible inside the pool. Alright, whatever. Alright, let me go in here, grab a facility, and... power. We need to add a distributor over here. Yeah, because the pool heaters require power. We're going to shove this way underground. Kind of like that. And it shouldn't be visible. Alright, we're good there. We'll need one more in this area, so let's just go ahead and add one. Place them below the trees. Kind of want to maximize our coverage. I don't think we need anything beyond that. And let's just pull it enough underground. Connect it to there. That pool's good. And let's go... pool extras? Pool heater, yeah. Actually, before we do that, let me see how many is recommended. 3. And then 2 for that one. Okay. So here's what we'll do. I don't know if it's going to make a difference with these wave machines here. That may preclude us from placing heaters in, yeah, in fact it won't. They are in the way. You can't put it under the ladder either. You can put it right next to it. Alright. So we'll put, a third one over there. It's going up. Okay, good. Now, I think the water, it has to be like 17 or 18 before people will use it, which is like 64, 65 Fahrenheit. This one only requires 2, so we'll just add 2 down here. And they should automatically be turned on. Yep. And temperatures are going up. Hey, Jimpers, how are you? I helped Dale install some mods earlier. He asked what my secret for making good coasters was. I told him I use a 7-foot track piece and a 4-foot banking offset. Interesting. So that's like 2-meter track pieces, because I know in the game without mods that you can use the 4-meter track pieces. But I guess with the mod you can drop it down to 2-meter and then a 4-foot banking offset. I know you can do that. I usually... the only reason I switched my game to meters was to align the building pieces properly. You psycho. Using feet and not Europe feet. This is going to be a little bit of a hot take, but I actually, when it comes to buildings, I find it easier to use meters. But when it comes to coasters, I would prefer feet. There he is, right there. What's going on, Dale? I've missed you. I appreciate it. I've missed you all, too. That's why all of my layouts are somewhat realistic. Looks like I summoned Dale. You did. We were just talking about you, Dale. He was saying that, Jimpers was saying that he helped you install some mods and showed you the secret of how to build realistic coasters, which is pretty cool. Alright, this water's up to 27 Celsius, 28, and 30. So our pools are sufficiently heated, and I think we're going to have people going into them now. I want to take a look on the heat map and see this one of the new features with Update 8. Everybody's dry. People in the pools don't count. Sun cream, I don't think anybody's going to get sunburnt in this park. It can happen in the summer, but it doesn't really. But this right here is what I want to look at, and warmth. So if it gets drastically cold, people will start getting cold and you'll need to add those body heaters. But even at 7 Celsius, or 45 Fahrenheit, well, not totally realistic, because I can guarantee you, I can tell you from experience, when you're on a hypercoaster going 80 to 90 miles an hour, and it's 45 degrees outside, it is cold. It's chilly. But when you're just walking around the park and it's sunny, I guess that's not too bad. Somewhat. Maria. Whose feet are used? Mods are cheating. Guess what happened to me today? Well, I know what happened, unless you're referring to something else. Then I don't know. But, I've done a fair bit on this park, but there's really not much else to do other than kind of just tweaking a few things. So I'm curious, and I'd be willing to open it up if people are interested. Would anybody be interested in either collabing this park, or, I think I actually do have the most recent version on the workshop, so I can, upload, if it isn't the most recent, a copy. Because I think Jimpers would be interested in reworking a few of these coasters, perhaps. Ishak, how are ya? Happy New Year, man. I currently have 102-degree fever, yippee. Oh, no. Ah, it's horrid. Yeah, man, I really hope you get better soon. Strawberry Jam, what's going on, man? Do you have to be on PC? I don't know. If somebody has to tell me that, if it's... Well, you know what? This probably has too many scenery pieces to properly load on console, so you might... Jimpers would. Yeah, I can definitely open it up to collab. But, unlike the Tropical Park, this isn't really something that I plan on working on extensively anymore. It's pretty much well fleshed out. It's really just fine-tuning. And I can say that this is my first... this was my first full park that I've done in this game, and it is probably the first one that I have substantially completed. I'll call it that. Got a good crowd. I'm glad to see that. I was hoping we'd have a pretty good turnout tonight since I haven't been on. I really missed it. I just was not up to it on Tuesday. And yesterday I wanted to and came down with a killer headache. Which sucked. I didn't even turn my computer on. I laid on the couch for a couple hours. And then I said, screw this, I'm going to bed. You need hot tubs for your park in winter. I really would like to see them add hot tubs, jacuzzis, stuff like that. That would be really neat. But take a look at the people. Not really many getting in this pool. Probably because the prestige is just lower. Yeah, considerably lower than the other two. This one is actually the highest. And this one is not the highest, but considerably higher than that. Oh, well, now we get a couple people coming in here. This was just set up really more as a diving pool. Top guest thoughts. I love inflatables. Yet not one person in this pool is actually using an inflatable. Let's see what she is carrying. Oh, well, she does have one. Okay. Just isn't using it at the moment. I'm gonna showcase it, but I'm gonna need tomorrow. Yeah. So I'll open up this for collab later. Jimpers, I think there's a few coasters you could consider definitely reworking, like this. This Vekoma Tilt I'm not super big on. Bromik actually helped me revamp the Hypercoaster, which is actually probably the best coaster I've ever made. Ooh, hiccup, sorry. I gotta step up real quick here. Hey, Darkhound Doom JP, how are y'all? So if you come in at the perfect time, I'm getting up. I caught your message right before here. Give me a couple minutes. I'm going to step up real quick, and we'll be back. Tell you what, in the meantime, I will actually do a POV. This is definitely the best coaster I've built. It's 8.05 right now, but I've seen it as high as 8.2 in testing. Well, okay, here's the lift. Alright. Enjoy that, and I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. So you guys didn't hear in the Discord, I sent a link to a song for a coaster I did. I did see that, I haven't checked it out yet. Good, little tired, but good. Went to bed too late because was messing around instead of getting ready to sleep. Ah, haha. Well, let's do this. Yeah, this was solidly the best coaster I've made. And it shows, look at, oh wow, yeah, look at the line that's backed up onto the path. And it actually is a relatively lengthy queue line, but it doesn't have a lot of like cross kind of cattle pen, so to speak. This station was pretty fun to set up. And this is one of the cool things that I did, is actually managed to get the queue built through the building, kind of on like a little bit of a raised platform up here. So that if you're standing in line, you can actually look down. Just if you're in here, yeah, I would ask all guests, please do not throw things over the railings. Oh, man. I'm an OG. These are old coasties. They're all really cool. Yeah. And you need the song in the PC2 media file to use the song. Well, yeah. And we got a big screen with the Viking mascot right there. It's a little bit of an intense coaster. The intensity above 5. Most of my coasters end up somewhere in the 4s. Or even the 3s sometimes. That song will definitely get flagged if Cookie plays it on the stream, but that song is nice for sure. Oh, because of, probably it would be a copyright, claim. Yeah, I don't care too much about that, because my videos aren't monetized right now. I'm hoping to get to that point, but I need a lot more, subs for that to happen, and I'm not begging people for subs and stuff like that. Oh, where's the station that has the rotating statue water fountain? If someone else did it and he didn't get flagged. If you don't have a long enough clip of it, I think that would... Oh, by the way, we need a special accessory here. Play up to 15 seconds without flagging, but I'm not sure. There we go. Repeat delay. Make it play every 60 seconds? No. Oh, no, that's... There we go. It was like the whole song and he was fine. Oh. It was hot, so I mess around, but was also digging around online at things. Yeah, hopefully it's a little bit more mild there. I keep saying I need to do some flight sim streams, and Alaska has been brutally cold lately. Oh yeah, it's in here, Dale, right here. This is where the rotating statue actually is. So it's right in here, going around the fountain. That was fun to build. That was actually quite enjoyable, setting that up. I think that invert is one of my best coasters. Hooray for Montu, yes. Oh man. Royalty-free music so you don't get a copywriting. That A-Shack is actually what I do for Flight Sim. In this game, since I have like the background music and then the music on the coasters and stuff, I use that and it's totally acceptable. You don't get any hits, or claims if you've got audio. Although, I will say, in the past I've done, Oblivion streams and it has hit, but you can contest that, saying, hey, this is the audio in-game, and it's not playing externally, and they generally should be able to clear that for you. You never know if you don't own the channel. The video doesn't get taken down, but it will be demonetized. Yeah, as long as it's a claim. And claims don't really matter much. Hey, Kings Island, how are you? Yeah, Jimpers, I agree with you. This is one of the best coasters in the park. It is a really cool Montu recreation, although I will say it is not an exact replica of Montu. The first half is pretty close, but the second half definitely is a little bit more creative liberty taken, which is really nice. And the way that we actually set it up to dive underneath and then have the corkscrew and then the twists and turns gives it a nice little bit of character. Oh, and I forgot about this right here. And we've got it. It just barely clears the building right here. This is almost like a, I'm trying to remember of the term. Foot chopper, that's what it's called. It's usually head choppers on most of your coasters, but your inverts and flyers, they're foot choppers. And as you can see, it just barely clears there. I'm the kids who said T3 sucks and suing you for copyright infringement? Yeah, right. Montu doesn't have Viking theming. Yeah. Well, the coaster layout. Jimper's made it based off of his kind of take on Montu. And then we just obviously gave it different coloring and theming to fit the park. We can do a POV of this, actually. Ah, that one just left out of the station. Alright, well, this is good enough. Such a badass plaza, yeah. I missed that before. Yeah, Dale. You'll be hearing from my lawyer who is Bromik. Yeah. I think Bromik would approve. He'd be like, yeah, I'm not fighting that case. Oh, there's a couple trees in the way. Question, is Cobra Roll 2 inversions or just one? It's 2. It's definitely 2. Because the Cobra Roll, you roll right side up at the top. Same as a Batwing. Banana Rolls, that's a little bit more debatable. The game, I believe, considers the Banana Roll 1, just because it's an extended version. But Cobra Rolls are definitely 2. Haha. Sounded like Dracula all of a sudden. And here's the foot chopper coming up. Just barely clear the roof of that right there before you come into the final brakes. This was a fun coaster to theme. The station was a little bit tedious to build, but it's just kind of like any station here. And this is a really cool sorcery-themed arcade, cafe, tavern that Bromik built. Absolutely beautiful in here. You get like all the alchemy jars and stuff like that, and some drink options. And then over here is the arcade. Oh! I forgot about this. There's a little Easter egg right there. Bromik added this on. Yeah, old arcade. That's the stairs up to the cafe. Got a bathroom back here. Some arcade games. And the cafe up here. We actually customized this a little bit. We added a third shop. It used to be just these two here. Actually not really getting much business, interestingly. A little bit, not much more than that. People don't really come upstairs to hang out. There's a few people that come up. My corkscrews used to be way too drawn out. Iron Gwazi if it was inverted coast. Ooh, man. I would love to see somebody's take on Iron Gwazi. L Ragebait T3 best. Best building that was built for this park. Yeah, I would say so for sure. An arcade looks like the Banshee arcade. Really? I did not know that. I didn't know they even had an arcade next to Banshee. Speaking of inverts, though, Banshee's another really good one. I would say, other than that, this is probably my favorite building, and they're actually separate stations. But you got your ride photos over here. It is crowded through there. We might need to do a larger arch coming into here. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time in this park, but I would definitely consider opening it up. I had a couple coasters that we took out and haven't replaced. One of them being the B&M sit-down that actually used to be in this plot right here. And we pulled that and put the Vekoma family launch in its place. And I'd looked for a suitable space to replace the B&M sit-down. Didn't get around to it. The most recent thing that we pulled up was the B&M floorless that was built very, very similarly to Kumba, except a couple changes. The Cobra roll was replaced with a sea serpent, and it was more of a mirror image of it. $5 for a claw game. It's only the claw machine and a fun pick stand. Oh, okay. That's a very small arcade. B&M Punch Coaster, yeah. And then the third one was the dive that was over here. I pulled it up. Wanted to make room probably to place the floorless back over here. I have all... Actually, I don't think I do. Let me double check that. Go into the workshop and see. I think I have the invert. Or not the invert, the floorless uploaded. I have to double check. Also, I want to double check if this is the most recent version of the park. As you can see, most of these are from the tropical park. Oh, this was the... Oh, yeah, if you want to see what the park looked like before, this is exactly it. So there's the invert. Or not the invert. This is the invert right here in the front. This is the old one. And you can see the old plaza. What a mess. This was the sit-down with the launch. It had a vertical loop and the inclined loop right here. And then the dive coaster in the back. And old pool. Old. And otherwise I'm a liar because I did not have any of those three coasters that I just mentioned uploaded on the workshop. Maybe I should fix that. Or I can reuse them in a different park. Well, shoot. This was last updated January 3rd. Okay, so this is the most recent version of the park on the workshop. My goal, I would like to get coasters up to... I'd like to get a couple things up here to 4 stars. And I got a ways to go. B&M Punch Coaster, you just get boxing gloves and clock each other. Oh, that was funny. I was playing a water park simulator. You can sell hot dogs and ice cream for guests. The price is $35 for a hot dog and $60 for an ice cream, and you can't change the prices. They still buy them like crazy too. What? That better be like a 3-foot-long hot dog with all of the toppings, and that better be like for a 55-gallon drum of ice cream, I'm telling ya. Oh, I forgot about this. This was one other thing that we did back here. We actually built a flying simulator or theater underground to reduce the effect of natural light. And built it back here, and you have to go under all of this to access it, so it's kind of out of the way. And I'm not really sure that I like this because it's just so isolated and you really don't get people over here. Would you like to see the coaster? Maybe Jim, or JP. I'm not sure about tonight. I've got a park Dale wants me to check out, then I'm going to jump in the tropical. I can plan it for another. Average theme park. Heh! What if it's a dueling coaster, you try to beat up the people on the other train and knock them out? Stardust Racers reference? Be yourself. When it rains in RCT and you're selling umbrellas, yeah. The prices are fair considering they constantly pee in your pools. I'm glad we don't have that in this game. It's a map just for the coaster to be in. We may check it out. I don't know, JP. After you finish with this part, can you check out the Autumn Park? Yeah, I did tell you we would look at that. I'm gonna look at Dale's first because he actually asked yesterday. And then and we may look at JP's, knock him out. But guys, I do want to say I really appreciate you all wanting me to check out your parks and sharing them, and I like doing that, but I'm gonna ask you all, please don't bombard me with park requests. You think I'd be able to check out the Woody I'm making on stream later? Yeah, possibly. It's easier for me to look at coasters rather than full-fledged parks. But I really... Like, it's my first day back, and I do plan on making this a bit of a longer stream, but I also want to spend time doing my own stuff. So... Alright. Do I even... Yeah, I do need to save this. Because we put the pool heaters in. Yeah, some time has passed. Okay. Let me go into the workshop. Let me get that code Dale sent. So spend a little time. One night a week, you should have a scheduled park and coaster showcase stream night. I think that would be a good idea. The thing too is if I set that up and I just don't have much to look at, then we're still looking at... Oh, still working on the coaster. Okay. Probably Friday would work best. Yeah. Well, we'll look into that. I haven't been playing PC2 recently because I'm busy. Quotes. Might be safer to save. Yep. I was thinking about it at first, and I'm like, no, you know what? I did do a couple things. I added the heaters. And got people in the pools. You need a schedule to showcase everyone. Yeah. Yeah, Maria, you're right there. I think you'll be fine. Okay. So this is in the taiga biome, which I like. Alright, definitely a small park so far. Looks like you just have one coaster? What is it? Is this... Whoa! Look at the custom seating on this. This is a B&M looper, I'm pretty sure. Yay! Love these types of coasters. And look at that, the drive tires go through this. Let's get on this POV. I love the custom work on these trains. That is beautiful. I really like that. Warning, abort mission. With like red stuff flying out of there. Great googly moogly. Imagine shoes being your favorite food, so digitized. I would have millions of things every time. Well, if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna place a restriction on it. Like, give me only one park, or give me, like, 1 or 2 coasters. I save every few minutes or so as I trust nothing in any games I play. I learned the hard way once when I lost gameplay on a game because technology. Yep. So, in this game, I keep my autosave turned on every 3 minutes. It, does it. The only thing I have to be careful of is if I go out to look at something else and the autosave overrides what I was working on. So anytime I exit out, I save. Go to the front of the park. The crown, the hat, and that. Somebody said Magic Mountain reference earlier, and I missed that. I was scrolling up, making sure I didn't miss anything. Alright, why isn't this going yet? What is going on? Why is this coaster not moving? Oh, it's because of that. Alright, here we go. Ah, yes, this rock music. Oh! Wow! Disaster transport reference. That is a banana roll. So you can see it doesn't roll right side up like a Cobra roll does. Great zero G. Need some banking right here. It's good there. Love the rotating wheels. A drive tire launch only on B&M sit-downs. Brakes. Second launch. Have I been to Cedar Point recently? No, I've never been to Cedar Point. I'd like to go someday. That's your Cobra roll. Definitely two inversions. You can see the difference right there. And a little abrupt ending back into the station, but that's really cool. I have a really peak park. Okay. That was cool. I like the layout. Having the two launches is really neat. Now, the cool thing about these B&M sit-downs, the drive tires actually can launch uphill. Those of you that are familiar with Incredible Hulk at Islands of Adventure has that, but you can also do flat slope. Oh, I asked to look at my ride before you. I don't think we're gonna get to it tonight, Kings Island. I was hesitant to even do JP's. I mean, he's still working on it, so I don't know if we're even gonna get to it. Depends on when he finishes it. So, as you can see here, I'll point this out, the banana roll. The banana roll is much like a Cobra roll, except it doesn't come back down and roll upright, like the Cobra roll. So, the game actually counts this as only one inversion, because you're still technically inverted right here. Not much, but that's probably, draw the line, probably about 110 degrees banked still, so it doesn't roll to right side up. Best coastie ever, the Hulk, that is. When I went to Islands of Adventure, I didn't get to ride it. I think I would have really enjoyed it. However, I don't think I would put that over Dueling Dragons. I did get to go on Dueling Dragons, and I got to go on it when it dueled, and I will never forget the front row ride on the ice side. Loved it. Fires was the better of the two, but I will never forget that front row experience on the ice side. Your Cobra roll right here, you can definitely see it rolls right side up, so it does two separate inversions. I like this. I don't know how to describe this exactly. It's almost like an inclined inverted top hat. Wouldn't that just be overbank non-inverting? No. No, because you actually do invert. This is beyond an overbanked turn. You invert, you're well beyond the 90-degree point up in here, and you actually start to roll right side up, but not completely. Not really enough to count. So, like if you look right here, you're way more than 90 degrees upside down. I don't know the exact angle, but definitely an inversion. I'm working on a Dueling Dragons coastie for you. Kiss face. Little odd, I will say. But no, that would be really cool. I think it's a different version of a Cobra. Yeah, it's similar. This inside area is pretty cool. I hear King Coaster. You got the zip thing, kickflip ride, Carousel Gardens food court. Oh yeah, this looks familiar. We've seen this in another park. That's really cool. Kind of like your indoor flat rides. Oh, you got one of these centrifuge things. Ooh. The cube. Bunch of shameless and advertising. Beyond 100 or beyond 90 degrees aren't always inversions, but the way the game counts it, beyond 100 is. And like I said, that banana roll definitely puts you way above that. The minimum for an inversion is around 120. Yeah, I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense given, like, if you have a beyond vertical drop, it's not really an inversion per se. But that banana roll, yeah, I would say, is. Overbank is about 100. It looked like much more than that. I don't know. We're getting into some really nitpicky science. We've got Chili's. You know, I had a quesadilla burger one day from Chili's. It was really good. This looks nice in here. Except they're closed. You get a gulpy soda, some... Is this Cosmic Cow? Yes. Speaking of the cube, and that I have every single DLC beside the toy box pack, so I'm working on that and the coaster. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Chili's. I want a quesadilla burger, please. It was so good. I love those quesadilla burgers. I don't think they have them anymore. Chill Zone with Slush Hour and Gelato Bros. Gift Shop. I'm loving it. Viva la vegan in front of McDonald's, like, eh. Oh, I didn't talk about, like, artificial meat from McDonald's. Surf's the best burger. That's a funny play on words. Surfs instead of serves. Southwestern egg rolls. I don't like egg rolls. Chief Beef Hot Dog Squad. Ba-da-ba-ba-bow. Gulpy soda. You know what? I could be really funny right now and change the name of this to a Mick Cola. Cookie's talking about food that isn't oysters. I'm obsubbing. Boo! Hey, I need some audience participation. What do we say when we kick guests out of the park and kick people out of the stream, criticizing me for not talking about oysters? Out! Oh, that's terrible. I would never. This is a really cool indoor area. I like this. I think I would like that entrance to be... I know it's a work in progress. I would make a more prolific entrance into here. But I really like this. The glass ceiling actually looks really cool. Band player and Jimpers participated. Getting hungry hearing about food and it's 3 a.m. Oh my gosh. Alright, enough about food. We're gonna make Maria hungry. This over here is a separate area. Where does it connect to? Oh, back through here, so you gotta walk around this ride. That's kind of hidden over here. Wait, help, I see the light. Oh, and then I see the entrance over here. This is really neat. It's like a little rainforest, and it's got a little pool, some water slides, or at least a water slide. Yeah, you've got a few more over here. Okay. Little waterworks area. That's cool. Slippery floor. Changing rooms. Or it's just a restroom. Got a cool counter there with a little surf shop. That's pretty cool. A little lounge area. The water slide complex, which is neat. And back over here we've got a nice little just kind of relaxing pool with these chairs, a fountain, cabanas. That actually looks really neat. And I like the green. It actually gives it the feeling of like a tropical paradise inside. Oh, wow! Take a look at this. You've got a lower level pool right down here, and you've got some actual custom cabanas right here. Oh, those are pretty. I wish people could use these. Maybe they can. That looks luxury, yeah. And then you've got some more kind of poolside lounge chairs right in front of the rock waterfall. And then up here on the upper level, you have a full-sized swimming... Is this swimming? I think that's swimming depth. It could be diving. It's a little tough to tell. Now that's swimming depth. I can see it. The placement of the heater. And these cabanas up here, super pretty. And then you've got a restaurant. Yeah, wow. Hey, look at that. There's a fire extinguisher. What do you do when you're on fire? Stop, drop, and roll your happy burning butt into the water. I'm not making fun of people that have dealt with fires. It can be definitely a frightening experience. Oh, you got the bubble effect in here too. That's cool. You know, you got a little bar, slush hour, some taps, a liquor shelf, some more chairs. Now the question is, where's the actual restaurant though? If there is one. Somebody got a quote. Look at the back left. Alright. Got the chairs. So this is another entrance into the... Or maybe I'm looking in the wrong place. Oh, wait. Oh no, those are just counters. Never mind. Oh, look in here, there's a little hot tub. Pool is too small. Doesn't meet the minimum capacity of 5 guests. Chairs and cabanas are nice touches. I think those are fantastic. Ah, right back here. I see it. Strawberry jam, that language will force Cookie to get you out! And, yeah, do watch it. It's not the worst thing I've heard in chat. But I do try to keep the language a little bit on the mild side. Family-friendly stream, mostly. This looks really nice over here. Look at this. That's beautiful. Get the restaurant counter and all these tables right down here. Another bar counter, so delightful. And then up top, you've got the absolute... Alright, now you're going to get my video age restricted for alcohol reference. Absolute vodka. Rosé, vino. Question is, what are these counters actually? So delightful. And... Kopi soda? Yeah. We can't have Cookie's zero monetization getting revoked. Man, this is really cool though. What a great start. These buildings actually stick out outside. That's kind of funny. But I like the way it's seamless. You can't tell the difference. There's no way. Yeah, because nobody can walk back here. I mean, maybe down here if you kind of peer at an angle. Yeah, you kind of spoil it a little bit, but it's not. And this looks like it's actually staff path anyway. Yep, those are staff buildings. Don't make the stream dysfunctional family friendly. I can hear my neighbor's washing machine through my wall and it's annoying me. I built a quint down. Holy cow. Wow. Back here we have a little complex with a boatload of vending machines. And they're screened. Actually, are these functional? Or are they just for display? Greg's. Alright. Somebody's from Canada. Or no, that's the UK. Reese's. 189 downwind. It's to give minus 1.6 of ejector. That's pretty awesome. Nuka-Cola. Burrito Bonanza. Iron Brew. Hershey's. Skittles. And, oh yes, one of my favorites, 7-Up. And I hear a ride that sounds like an angry cow. Me, I'm from Canada. I don't think Canada has Greg's, though. I was trying to remember. It was either Canada or the UK, and I think it's the UK. And then we've got a monorail over here. With a couple different stations. And a chairlift. Cool. And then the entrance is all the way up top here. So you get a long walk down. So you can take the chairlift down to ground level. And walk over to the entrance on this side. Or you can take the monorail and take a long walk down to the ramp. Or you can take the monorail to here, right by the entrance into the main plaza. Now I want to see where you board the coaster. Forgot to look at that through here. But the coaster station's over here. Okay, so yeah, you just walk to the back here. That's the coaster entrance. Can you put the song in the PC2 media file? Because I have the coaster ready. Greg's is only in the UK. Oh, Canada does have it? Oh. Huh. I was thinking of Tim. I think Tim Hortons was probably what I was thinking of when I said that. But yeah, if they do have a few. I don't know if I'm going to be doing the media file. Thanks for peeping the park. Yeah, absolutely. Alright. Let me update the autumn park on the workshop for band player. We'll look at that. I should have just clicked my subscriptions. Want me to update the park? If we're gonna look at it, yeah, absolutely. Let me just scroll here and see anything needs to be updated. I wish you could filter it. Well, maybe that, but yeah, I guess I don't have any updates. Let me go ahead and get the code for JP. Indila Ride Dernier Dance. Oh. I don't know if I'm saying that anymore close to correctly, but It's obviously French if you couldn't tell. It's not obvious, but yeah, I guess. Alright, here we are in. I'm not going to spend a lot of time looking at this because we spent a fair bit recently. See the plans here. That's a nice touch. I don't remember if that was there last time or not. The little greenhouse. Updated stuff as the dark ride is complete. Okay, we can check that out. Parce que le français est parfois facile à détecter. It seems like French is something easy to detect. I don't really know how to speak French. I mean, I can... Like, if I read it, I can understand, like, little bits and pieces. Oh, you got a little bit of litter back there. I love this, though. You've done so much good work with the ghost. Whoa! Look at that, the letters are actually popping out individually now. French is easy to detect sometimes, that is. Ah, okay. What does this say? The Forbidden Castle. Oh, that's cool. The letters are rotating around the fountain right there. That's pretty neat. That's what I love to see. So I'm going to skip through some of that. We'll go this way. This is really cool how it takes you up on the second floor and you get to overlook all of this. This is lovely. The thing with the sign on the ghost is a recurring bug. Oh. Well, dang. I was gonna say, it looks really cool. Whoa, we're going through like a... At first it looked like a crypt. Now we're going through like a ale stash. Looks like some whiskey barrels. Ooh, we're going down into the deep, dark depths of the crypt. Alright, time to ride. I like it a lot, and the queue is to die for. Yeah, it's really nice. I'm looking forward to seeing this dark ride. Whoa. Oh, it is a forbidden castle for sure. Now we're going outside into the unforbidden. I'm gonna have all of you questioning how I fit this ride in the space it's in. No terrain, by the way. Oh, interesting. Whoa. A nice little cavern right there. Whoa, that's pretty neat. We're stuck. Oh, and it shifts. Whoa, the stone pulls away. almost pitch black in here. Whoa, the lights change? Whoa, that is wild. I gotta look around. What? That is so neat. We got a witch. Don't wake the sleeping dragon. Ooh. The crystals. I accidentally saved it as a pork, just so you know, and I suggest the usual. Okay. So, about this ride. It's so neat. You've got the library. Oh, that's it? Oh, you exit over there. Okay. Wait, how do I... Oh, there we go. That's really cool. I love that. When you get off, remove the rocks around the second launch of Ghost. The exit built up here. Oh, this... Oh, you can't go beyond it. Okay. Look at how I hit the ride. Man, that is absolutely gorgeous. Alright, let's go up to this. Alright, so your first launch is out here. Oh, your second launch is... this group here? Oh, so it's actually screened off the building right there. We put him back and see. That is brilliant. Wow. Yeah, I really like that. And I love the way that this is actually set up here. So you have... you've kind of got the ceiling that fits the contour of the track, but then you also have the roof up top to make it very inconspicuous that it's actually set up that way. So looking on the outside, or from the outside, all you see is the structure. Would recommend walking around the little area by the second launch. Check it out. Okay. I know you did work on this before. Yep, we saw that there. I think we checked this out last time, unless you changed a couple other things. But yeah, because I remember remarking how it's so cool how the sideways banked hill right here sits right against the rock and passes over that. Awesome. And the little counters around the shops. Don't forget Dale's tree. Remove the rock. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we looked at Dale's tree. Was Dale here when we looked at that? Dale, you've got a little toy tree. What I meant earlier was remove the rock around Ghost, then look at the darker. Oh! Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. I see what you're talking about, yeah. There must be a little bit of a delay, I caught it. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so you've got the moving pieces around the dark ride track. Is there a way to remove track limits in PC2? You go into settings and you go to game options, I believe. Maybe it's not this. It's somewhere in here. Is it? It might be sandbox. Yeah. So track rides, extended track limits. Which also applies to coasters. It allows for a dive coaster to have a beyond vertical lift hill and a tilt track. Ooh, tilt track too? Well, then you have the mod on Nexus, no track limits mod. Yeah. But that's how you would do that without a mod. It does give you a little more flexibility. Now, it isn't perfect, but it definitely does let you get... So, your RMCs, by default, your track is limited to 85 degrees of bank... Or, not bank, of drop. But you can turn that off. And that's how you do beyond vertical, like the 91 degree drop on Iron Gwazi. Yeah, that's really cool how you set that all up. I really like... This is one of the best dark rides I've seen. Very nice. And it's cool when you go outside, you actually have it. It's covered by this. I'll just delete that real quick, and you can see the additional segments of the track when they come into the building. And we'll put that back and put the rocks back. That's beautiful. I really like that. Man, you've done such a good job with this park. It's small, compact. You know, and I think you've mentioned this, but I don't know your actual plan. But I think it would be really cool if you did every season in a footprint like that. So you've got the autumn, then you've got like winter, spring, summer, for example. Something like that. And you could build a grand park out of it, call it like the Four Seasons. Not to be confused with Bromwick's Four Seasons Water Park complex, which is a really great. It's beautifully done. Wait, oh, this is the tropical... Holy cow, it's hot. 33 Celsius. Very nice. I appreciate you sharing that. That is your plan, okay. Alright. Next up, we'll check out JP's coaster, and then we'll check out Jimper's coaster, and that's it with looking at stuff. From there, we'll jump into the tropical park. Finish out the night. That only been going an hour and 25 minutes. Nice. It's not flying by super fast like it often does. It also did help that I got a little bit of an earlier start today. Alright, well this is a beautiful entrance at first. Aha! I see what you're going for. It's kind of like the building styles like in Paris or something like that. Then you've got these over here all lit up. It's pretty. And then you've got a screen. And I'm going to... I'm going to put this in daylight so we can see the coaster a little bit better. It's an Intamin Blitz, alright. Lightning strike risk 80%. Boom! Alright, let's go, start test, close details, and let's go with the front bumper. The TV would have a video of the song. Yeah, makes sense. Who did you come up with a Forbidden Castle dark ride like Monsters Unchained roller coaster? It's so popular. Yeah, I like the creativity that people have for these dark rides. Is this intentional? Maybe it's supposed to fit with the song or something like that. One of the best dark rides I've ever seen, and I've been watching PC2 footage on YouTube since it's come out. Yeah, that was fabulous. You might want to skip this part. Well, yeah, I mean, we're already stopped. Here's the launch. Whoa! It syncs with the song. Okay. Well, then another time what I'll do is we'll, get the music. You sometimes have to restart the game for that music to actually show up properly. Post a video of the ride when it's done. Yeah, I think that would be well worth it. Cool top hat. That needs way more banking. Oh, hey, there's an Air France plane right there. Yeah, I'll check it out another time with the music for sure. And that's a long way down. It's a long, long, long way down. I'm not making my own music for it. Okay. Interesting layout. Yeah, I think, yeah, definitely would make more sense with the song. But that was cool. Alright. It's pretty. I really like the way that it interacts with the mountain and everything. Air France. Love it. Go ahead and look and see what type of plane it is. Maybe like an Airbus A220 or something like that. Narrow body. Maybe a 320. That's neat. Let me see. Is there anything else? Something over here. Oh, just a building. Authorized staff only must be power generator or something. And then you've got this in here. That looks really neat. So I'd imagine that could be utilized in the future. Or maybe it's just for decor on the back side of the mountain. Oh, that's cool. It's like a little maintenance bay. Yeah, look at that. It's on the sign right there. Maintenance. Very neat. Thanks for sharing. Let me go get JP's coaster. You two have a bit similar names that it's easy for me to mix up occasionally. Jimper's coaster. Oh, let me scroll back up and get the code. After this, we'll jump into the tropical park and screw around. Alright. 5, 6, 7, P, C, 1, J, Z, 9. N. Snowy Woody. I'm back from getting banned. Ah, you're not banned. Oh man, this is beautiful. You got the snow and the sun setting. Holy cow, that is gorgeous. It reminds me of some of my views in Flight Sim. Alright, let's go to that train there. Front bumper. And I gotta... I'll wait. I gotta step up, but I'll wait until the after this here. That's the coolest code ever. Oh, the drive tires have snow on them. Yeah, that's really neat. Authorized base personnel. A beautiful sight. We're happy tonight. Riding a wooden coaster in a winter wonderland. 5, 6, 7, and Jay-Z is on that track. Yeah. As well as PC1, yeah, that was pretty funny. Man, this looks like it's loaded with airtime. Whoa! I don't do VR because I tend to get motion sickness from it, but I really, like, sometime would love to try VR on some of the coasters that you all have made. And a couple of my own, but more so y'all's because they're more realistic. Wow, you play Flight Sim, what a nerd. Yeah, but there's also a reason I do a lot of Flight Sim. Just because I'm a real-world pilot, and I don't get to fly in the real world very much anymore. This is really cool, Jimpers, and I just love the way it looks in the snow. Whoa, 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 you're out again. Oh, y'all behave. Very cool coaster. That seems a little bit criminal. It's actually not a super intense ride. But it did look like it in some spots. If you go check out the, yeah, there's some airtime. A pilot like an airline pilot? No, I'm a licensed private pilot. I don't have a commercial license. And I don't get to fly anywhere as often as I wish I could, and used to. Airtime count 13 with a duration of over 8.5 seconds. Great forces across the board. Top of 57 miles per hour is actually a really good length for the Woody. and good 2-minute ride, and only about 90 feet tall. But loaded. Like, I'm gonna pull that up. We'll go to the previous run. And just take a look. You can actually see where some of the pops of positive Gs are. And then you can see all the airtime. Just a bunch of white. Almost like the ground, because it's covered in snow. That double down. I think that's the double down. Can't even see which way the coaster's going right now with these things on it. It's got so much airtime though. This thing is an airtime machine. And it's mild. I mean, it's full of floater. It's not... I mean, there are some spots of ejector, but just a lot of really nice floater on it. It's got a cool layout. The Funny Shed Mystic Timbers? What did you say this coaster was themed off of? Oh, Legend at Holiday World. I see it. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Cookie flies me and my homies to Miami from Chicago. Dun 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 dun. Now I'm feeling so fly like a G6. Now they have the G7s out. I've seen a couple. They are nice planes. One of my favorite roller coasters. It is a really cool one. I like that a lot. And it's getting really pretty with the sun. Look at that! Wow! I'm gonna turn the lighting. Oh, the middle of the day it looks... or morning, it's super pretty. Turn it to midnight. This guy's not really as dark as it would be. It'd be so cool if we could get the northern lights to show up in the sky. Shred Aquarium. That's beautiful, though. Alright, guys, I'm going to step up real quick. We'll be right back. And when I get back, we're going to jump into the tropical park. So, get ready for that usual shenanigans that we usually do in that park. Just hang tight. Alright. Speaking of shred, I'm probably going to play some guitar and hop off for the night. Stop, there's G7s now. Yes, there are. See you later. Alright, Jimpers, have a great evening. Thanks for hanging out. Great. Fantastic coaster right here. It was awesome. Not too loud, Jimpers. He's got to drown out that noise from his neighbor's washing machine. Yay, Tropical Park. Yay, peace out, girls. I hope he saw that. When you said dark, I thought a Darkwing Duck for some reason. That'd be a cool theme for a coastie. How about a Mighty Ducks coaster? Yeah, Dale, there are G7s. Alright, let's exit out. Let's jump into the Tropical Park here. I'll say how much fun, and I know I mentioned this a few days ago on the Discord. By the way, if you are watching and you're not in the Discord and you want to join, link is in the video description. Anyway, I'll just say how much I really enjoy hanging out with y'all on stream, and I was really not feeling up to it on Tuesday, and then yesterday, like I said, I had a bad headache, and I was very disappointed that I couldn't. Remember, kids, you belong to the Smiler. But, it's been a pretty rough week. I've been getting home tired with a bunch of stuff to do. Today was a better day. But man, I just love hanging out with y'all, having fun streaming, playing games. It's a good way to unwind, take my mind off of, you know, work stuff and all that mess and whatnot. So I really appreciate you all being here, and I really hope you all enjoy hanging out and watching me put on a show. Oh, wow, that sounded a little bit off. But, I mean, kinda, with the coasters in the park and stuff like that. Alright, so we're back into here. I'll be waiting for Jimpers to finish this dive coaster. It'll be pretty cool. We better get in front of it and make it a song called Like a G7. Now I'm feeling so fly like a G7. Come on, Cookie, let's hit the studio. I can't sing very well. Win sponsor. You know what else is a really good sponsor? Chief beef. Tasty. Oh, that was so stupid. Did I actually just do that? You might get banned from the studio, though. Oh, no. Alright, I am going to turn the guest count up. It just brings everything more to life because this park is so massive. I'll turn it back down before I upload it back onto the workshop. And just watch this. Look at just the mass surge of guests that are appearing to come in and flood the park. What is it? Snowman, blueberry, it looks like a guy throwing a ball, beach umbrella, and a barbershop pole. I wouldn't get banned at the studio, I'd record at the studio that Kanye West records at. Oh man, every once in a while I think of the Kanye song, Can't Tell Me Nothing. Nah, 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 wait till I get my money right. Oh, that was terrible. I don't really know much what he's been up to, but I just remember the last album that I was aware of that Kanye put out was that new, like, gospel album. It's actually got some pretty good stuff on it. Man, the station's jam-packed. Even with the guest count low, this thing is packed. Kaboom! Oh, we got the exploding barrels in the canyons. Cannons. Is that a Young Jeezy reference? No. I'm trying to remember. I don't think it is. Oh, one of the cool things that we did recently, if you haven't seen, was to I actually went in and got clips of the coaster. I did this for the original Kraken, the very first coaster I built in the park, and I had it on this screen right here. It was a video of the POV of the coaster, and I also did that for the Wild Mamba in the back of the park, band player built. Where is it? Ah, yeah, right here. And a little customization inside the station. Added the lights, which unfortunately I actually can turn it on now. They unfortunately don't do nearly as much as I wish they would. It's still actually pretty dark in here. These just don't. I think you need to hang them lower. Oh, the snowman I was referring. Oh, yeah, okay. We customize it. Race like a, climb like a, strike like a mamba. Forced to Iron Rivals 325, yeah. Yeah, I need to figure the lighting out differently, though. What we might have to do is run the strands lower, which actually would require 3 of them across. I don't really know what you can do with that, unfortunately. Other than just making them lower and running more of them. You know what? We could try it. So what I'll do is click all. I think there's 5 of them total. Yeah. Advanced move. Oh no, except now they obscure the, oh man. Dang it. Okay. If you don't like the footage, don't go on the coaster, kids. Dang, I need to get some peanut butter because that is jammed. Oh, I see what you did there. Now I'm gonna do a rotate, a very... No, I'm not. I'm not. Yet. I'm gonna just lower him first. Try to get it roughly to that level. Illegal filmed POV robber emoji. Alright. Now with all of those, I'm gonna advance move and duplicate. We're gonna shift them. Yeah, we are gonna have to rotate them slightly. And I'll show you how and why in a moment. But basically, we're going to have a couple cross strands, and we may have to just kind of tweak the positioning of each of these a little bit. Now, we'll rotate. Try to get them lined up, roughly. It's not perfect, but it's close enough. And then what we're going to do is another advanced move and duplicate. Slide them this way. Get them to poke into the wall just a little bit there. And advanced rotate and rotate them this way. And actually, let's just see how it looks. Nah, like an oyster. Ah! You and those freaking oysters, man. Alright, and let's see. Oh, that looks much better that way. That is significantly better. So that is the way to go. Although I wish I could illuminate these a little bit better. So what I'm gonna do is actually take these two off. And it's still kind of dark up here. So what we'll do... Hey Cookie, this is a really dumb nerd question. Can I see your mouse settings? I don't really know how to show them. Hey, I'm not dumb, I'm stupid. Alright, what I want is wall mounted. And I want something bright that can shine down over these letters. So maybe like this. It doesn't even need to be facing that way, I just want it to shine. Oh, you know what? That's the way to do it. That is the way to do it. Right like that. That one sticks through the ceiling a little bit. Oh! Let's try placing that. Does it pop? Yeah, it does a little bit. Spotlight's upward as well, but that actually works okay. But just managed to edit the placement. But that actually does look pretty good in my opinion. And the lighting is much better in here. It's in the settings. Oh, the game settings. I thought you meant like my actual... Yeah. I haven't touched it. Now, I have software for my mouse and keyboard, and I have settings. So I have the... I forget exactly what you call it, but a setting to make the mouse more or less sensitive, and I have it on the second highest. Is that how the lyrics to Don't Stop Believing goes? Who cares? I hope none of the guests do an illegally filmed POV. Hey, I'd be like Busch Gardens and SeaWorld. I'd let people take their cameras. It's a little bit of a controversial topic. I don't like how Six Flags parks don't let you take like GoPros and stuff like that. Busch Gardens and SeaWorld do. As long as you can demonstrate that they're secured. And I think what that does is it just gives good publicity for the park. Also not in the song. Yeah, these lights really aren't that good. They're just, in my opinion, they're too opaque. So the light doesn't actually shine downward. Like, even to give a little bit of a glow. They just shine upward. Kinda sucks. Park looks nice at night. It's pretty. I don't know if anybody did anything in this park since I was last on. I would like to get my fireworks show. Six Flags hasn't had good publicity for like 20 years. Yeah. There's in the room I'm telling it to Digital Dan's favorite food. There's a fly. I'm kind of disappointed that I deleted the event sequencer. I don't even remember how I had all these set up. And now to do the timing for all of these is gonna be... Maybe they shouldn't have removed King Dakar. Well, that certainly really set it back. Now I fully agree with you on that. I've got to be able to see these. I'm gonna do something very dumb. I would have to spend a lot of time kind of resetting these the way that I want them to. People who can't like comments. I don't even remember what all of these do. And it's kind of cut off back here. It's another chrysanthemum. Play them all at the same time? No, I don't know about that. Alright, I will have to spend more time setting this up, but at least we'll have something functional now. Perfect time to go at night, too. Hmm? Alright, let's put these up in a central location somewhere. I thought I flattened out a platform for these. They're kind of floating, but those are actually probably too high to be properly visible. But they'll be visible from around the park. So we probably need to find a platform a little bit lower. But at least they're there and visible, and I won't accidentally delete them, hopefully. Gotta go. Alright, Kings Island, have a great evening, alright? Thanks for hanging out. Sequencer setting may need to be turned on. They should trigger any moment now. There it goes. No way is that too high. Oh, those need to be spaced better. I'm gonna go too because I have to finish this coaster by. So bye, good night, have a good rest of your stream. Alright, JP, thanks a bunch for hanging out. Have a great evening, alright? Oh, it's already over? Wow. I feel like these need to be like moved considerably, so they actually. I'm gonna go too well. Oh my gosh. Everybody's leaving me. And we may have to rotate some of them and place them a little differently, but like I said, I just wanted to get it functional. We can fine-tune the fireworks. I like the little hidden reference right there. I think they just need to be spaced further out so they're more visible. When you get the rings that are going actually sideways, be careful. And that was as short as it is. Well, yes, we'll have to space those a little differently. Still probably too close together. Alright. Alright, let's go in here and we'll turn the lighting back on. These are floating. We'll find a better platform for them. Probably hidden on the back side of the mountain would be ideal. Just as long as they're at a vantage point that's visible around the park. They did feel a little bit too high though. In the past we had it set at ground level. So the park almost at the guest cap right now. Stuff is going to start getting a lot more crowded. The line for this actually isn't too bad right now. Space them out and add more. Yeah. I'll spend some time setting up a proper fireworks show at some point in the not too distant future. Space them out, add more. You can get them to play multiple times if we want to do like the different types. Then we'd add them, but if you want the same type to play multiple times, you can trigger it that way. I'm pretty sure. And mini Mamba. I honestly think that this building could be made a little bit smaller. Given that we're not really adding more stuff in here, like a modular shop or something. I think we need to add more queue to that, and I'll figure that out. We'll probably revamp this area just a little bit. I feel like back here is a bit too cluttered. This always has a considerably long line, so maybe we should add a second counter, but I'd have to find a place for it. Let's see if we can come up with a place to add a second counter without having to clutter the middle of this too much. Maybe what we do is move the ride photos over and add. Sorry, I'm somewhat of a pyrotechnic enthusiast. It's okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of how we could... We can't expand out this way because of the queue. But we can expand this direction if we wanted to. I think it'd be nice to fix that a little bit. We could expand out that way, but the track is right there. So I look at maybe revamping that at a future time. Kind of clean that up a bit. Not many people over here yet. I would imagine this train station is going to get a bit more crowded. Maybe not yet. Don't downsize. Nah, this just... My thought is that it takes up a bit of space and it's just open. It's not a big building as it is, but there's really nothing in here. So we did a little food court. Do we have a restaurant back here? Oh, we actually don't. Because we've got the gift shop over here. These lights are kind of floating. I may fine-tune them at some point. Maybe if we did anything to size it up, could do like a little dining area over here. Because if you look at placements of the restaurants, we've got one over here. We don't have anything really over here. We've got that back there, but we already have a considerable amount of restaurants, and many of them actually don't get much of a crowd. Even as this gets busier over here, it is still totally empty in here, and I'm a little bit surprised by that. Perhaps people will come out this way to eat. Some crowds are coming along. I'm not trying to click the coaster, I'm trying to click on people. They're all going a variety of rides. And they're all walking. None of them really getting food. Check your menu, check your pricing. That should all be set to bargain. It's the same stuff across all the shops, even though it's not synced. None of it has been adjusted. I just ain't making any money at this place today. Interesting. Because people did fill this up at first. I don't know, maybe we just have enough drink and food options that they don't really need to go to these other places. Kind of losing money there. I wouldn't go in either. Oh, it's yeah. Try closing up the open walls. Well, I mean, no, those are windows. I just don't have the glass in place. But we could customize it. You know, this is actually a chance to play around. Turn the price down. Add some dairy. Now, you know what? Make some ahi tuna bowls. So we'll add rice. We'll take the egg off. I don't think you really need nuts. 19 bucks. Hey, it was 24. Unlimited money. Yeah, I get them all in. Alright, we'll do it. Let's see what they pay for that. $1. $1 ahi tuna bowls. Gonna charge $2 for that because they're gonna get more. Stock cost. This is gonna lose money if they buy. 295k of profit. Oh, excuse me. Take the meat out. Now you run the factor of the customer not trusting that tuna. Oh, they're not going to know the difference. We'll do all seafood here. Guests that can consume it, only 80% can, probably because of the fish. Only 67% of people can consume it. We'll turn the legumes off. And we'll turn the spice off. There we go. 295k, yeah, with the prices you're charging. Hey, it's the default bargain. Everybody will buy it. And they probably still ain't gonna come in here. Well, a lot of it's from the park entrance. I don't even know what the bargain price is set to for people to come in. 42 bucks, okay. No water supply, will I turn off? Something's funky with this restaurant, something's fishy. Yeah, oh wow, yeah, we got all those people in. Take a look at the line for this. It's starting to get stacked. Let's make the, oh, that is set to medium priority. Set that to high. We'll turn our big name rides up. High priority. That would get people to buy those passes. Definitely the Mamba coaster. That's already set to high. This doesn't have a priority queue. This, I believe, is already set to high. I'll double check it. Yep. And people actually pay full $4 for that. Let's repair the vandalism. Only 2 things got broken so far. Hey, we had a couple people miss the brakes. He's still happy because he's getting a pay raise. Content. So like this over here, people aren't coming in. That line's filling up. Because they're just going to go get stuff out of the vending machines. That's probably what you do, is you just give them cheap options and people avoid the restaurants. Is what it seems like. Oh, this does not have a priority entrance. Oh. Oh, okay. This one does... That's what's wrong. People are waiting in queue lines, not able to eat your... And if they were robbed or pickpocketed and have no more money. Well, Dale, get to work. Get busy kicking them out. Oh, man. I still want to look at revamping that coaster. There might be a day on stream where all I'll do is just take these blueprints and tweak them and then put the coasters back in the park. Still talked about completely redoing this coaster here. Seems like security has gotten it down there. Oh, they definitely have. T3 sucks. You're welcome. So there's good security coverage throughout much of the park. It's a few of these isolated areas out here. Yeah. So here's also how we can kind of clamp down on that. Just add a few where we don't have cameras. And it's just a little tough to tell which ones are stationary when you have all the guards moving around too, but that does make it easier to see. And that actually keeps it highlighted where you can see your kind of focus areas need to be. We can actually take a mounted camera and place it like up here on the rock. See those areas in here where there's a lot less. And we can do some guard posts kind of in these areas. Interesting, why is it mounted that way? It's actually really good out through here. Ooh, it's rough through here. Okay. I just wish you had a little better options of obscuring that. The cameras in general, I mean. Oh, we went in a little bit too far. Well... most everything over here is pretty good. Really not much over there. There's security cameras, though. We're pretty well covered over here. We're well covered over there. Very well covered there. Less so over here, so maybe we can actually just add one to a power distributor there. That may be a little bit too low. We've got plenty over here. There are going to be isolated instances of it. No matter what you do. But that also should really help with the gaps in coverage. And we can see where most of it has been occurring. And that should be significantly... a couple of these need power over here. So we'll get those powered just by... slapping a couple distributors down. Actually, just one. Alright, that should be considerably better. We do have some bits of litter. So let's work a little bit on getting some of those cleaned up. I know it's late, but you should add another coaster to this park. It fits your theming. It's in my new tropical park that you've been added to for the collaboration. No biggie if not. Oh, we can check it out here in a minute. And we've got... Oh, we need another bin. This one got broken. Let's grab a couple janitors. Let me grab a couple more. Gonna be a few isolated spots, but we also have some bins that need to be emptied. We've got janitors over there. Just drop her there. She can work on that there. Get those cans cleaned. Let's come back in and pull another when we find looking for work. Any other areas? Yeah, we'll get those cleaned up right over here. See what happens if I step away for a second to send a message. Gosh darn it. Oh, yeah, that just cleaned that up. That was an isolated spot. Oh, a fair bit over here. So we need to add some cans and benches over in these areas here. I'll get these hooligans. Excuse me, hiccup. And, a few benches. Because people will need to sit down. Alright, they should be able to take care of that there. And it's going to be in a bit better. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're getting the majority of that. Whoops, went a little too far. Oh, come back. Let's get you one more spot. Whoops. And that all back there is good. And we've got just a couple other isolated spots over here in the front of the park. Get that cleaned up. Oh, we've got a couple barf puddles. Let's get them over here. Maybe take care of that. Take care of that. Take care of the bins, come on! Got a few isolated patches over here. Yep, going to clean it up. So they're on top of that. Let's get this park nice and clean. And we are looking much better in that regard now. Dale, it may have worked. We got people eating outside, so certainly we're going to have a few inside. Yeah, look at that. Everybody's like, oh, well, this place has a... We know where to go. There's a good deal. Let's actually, 1350, so that'll actually help us break even. So we'll actually turn it up and it'll still be among the cheapest in the park. 142 bucks. 14. And then there's the cheapest. Also, there we go. Now it's getting busy. And they'll still make a bit of money off the food. Alright, let me go in and grab that code. And we'll check it out. We'll probably get off in a few minutes here. It's getting close to 10. Stingray Bay Flyer. Inspired by the Wild Reindeer by Brawlmake. Good coaster to go off of. Starting to run out of suitable places to drop coasters. We could kind of fit it back here, just for a test run. Oh, that goes underground right there. Whoops. No crime and there's a Long John Silver's. Oh, I have to get all these. No, so we're gonna delete it and replace it. And I'll make sure to get that set above ground. Just have to watch where those segments cross under the... As it gets low. Well, let's give it a ride. I like these giant floodlights. They actually do kind of stick up a little awkwardly over the lift hill. Ooh, that is a steep first drop for a flyer. It's just hard to see the track too, with the way the coaster train moves on these flyers. That's a cool 0G roll right there. Whoa! It's got an interesting layout. There, the seats switch. That's got good stats right there. It definitely needs a bit of fine-tuning with some of the forces. Actually gets some pops of airtime, which is pretty cool. But 5 lateral Gs is really extreme. And -3, almost -3, is going to be pretty intense. Thing's got good speed. It's got a really cool layout. It kind of spins upside down right there. That's a really cool 0G roll. You've got the Cobra roll. That is a super steep lift, which is pretty interesting. And that's a really steep drop right here. That's a cool element right there. And I actually like how it passes really low to the ground right down here before it sweeps up into the mid-course. It's almost like a half pretzel loop. Check it out at night. Yeah, we can change the lighting. Wow. Yeah, that's got a really cool glow to it. That's really neat. There's some good work on that. It definitely needs some tweaks, some reprofiling, and some spots to kind of temper some of the extreme forces, particularly in the laterals in some various places. But overall, it's really neat. Let me go in and see exactly. It's got some really extreme spots. Air excitement there, 12.7. I think that's the highest single point of excitement that I've seen. Oh, that's like a bone crusher right there. Excitement, or fear over 10 is like, holy cow, and it's pretty high for some of that there. It definitely does cruise around and have a more modest ending. I have a feeling your nausea is going to be super high. Like, it's actually not terrible. It's pretty high right through that. Now let's look at your laterals. Where is it spiking so much? For some reason here, it has to do with the roll, I think. Overall, it's not bad. Except right there, and then right here, it's very forceful. I think that turn definitely could be reprofiled a bit. Where your vertical's at, yeah, it gets really extreme right there. This is normal to have your negative G's like this when you're going through that in the pretzel loop. Had to make it that way so it cleared the other tracks, yeah. Then it's pretty intense through. Some of that going up into the Cobra roll, it really does pack a punch. And it spikes right there. That's a cool layout though, and it's nice and compact. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it in here, and I'm not sure where I would put it. But that is cool. I really like the paint. Actually looks really neat. The lighting effects are super cool. It's got a really fun layout too. So good job with that. Alright, let me undo the fixed sun, or turn it back to noon. This is the default that I have it set to. Alright. Now let's take a look here. There's a little bit of isolated litter in some spots. We just need janitors to stay in this area. I don't know why they're dropping litter and stuff over here, because there's garbage cans pretty close to it. Right in front of the Four Seasons would be perfect. Gone out over here. Well, a lot of that's water, and some of that's going to be reworked, depending on where we do that. Rhyme. Thanks for checking it out. Yeah, you're welcome, man. That was cool to look at. It's always neat to see what y'all come up with. So it actually looks like we have more vandalism now than we do pickpocketing. Interestingly. That hasn't cleared out. Yeah, but the pickpocketing has definitely been reduced considerably. Even though it doesn't look like it, it's definitely going down in these areas. And I don't know the duration for what is considered recent, if it's through the day or... But you can see where our security coverage is kept, and we have the guards roaming. We could even add a few. And it would probably be helpful to add zones. Overall, it is definitely a... This is what happens when I was busy watching that coaster. Yeah, well, it's definitely considerably better than it was, so I think our efforts have paid off to kind of help dampen that. This place is definitely popping now. Not making much money over here. But what we can do is reduce the cost of some of these. They're actually already pretty low, though. Be cool to go through and customize, you know, some of that stuff. Same with Slush Hour. Over here with Gelato Bros, not getting much. I wonder if it's just people aren't really wanting to eat. Popping like heaven. There we go. Guess more people like fish than we thought. Like on a G7. Yeah. I always think of how there are so many Dippin' Dots stands at Carowinds. So I'm thinking just some like isolated little stands for ice cream and stuff like that. People like ice cream. Some real good Gelato Bros. Some of the more isolated areas of the park too. Over here is just vending machines, so I wonder if we did want to get kind of creative and add an ice cream stand. Lieutenant Dan, do you want some ice cream? Here's a place that I think could actually make some decent, if we do a counter, and I'd love to do some small, like, custom, counter stands and stuff like that. But let's go in here, and we're actually going to have, a little creativity on this side. So, I haven't opened up a poll today. It's a pretty thin crowd now. So most people have headed off. Hey, Dino Dukes, how are ya? Sorry I'm late, I was playing Spider-Man. No worries. And let's see what y'all choose. I should have done a poll earlier to do some stuff like this, but we're getting kind of creative. So we got one vote for Cosmic Cow so far. Two votes for Cosmic Cow. And I'm only seeing 2 people watching so far, so that's probably both of y'all. Alright. Cosmic Cow it is. So let's go in here, let's do Cosmic Cow counter. Nope. Nope. Yep, there we go. And we'll actually place it right here. And we're gonna get creative with our shakes. And you can actually add whipped cream on each of these. Yeah. And if you do that, it's got dairy anyway, so that actually can bump the price up just a little bit. You can add extras. Bumps the cost up 30 cents. Extra daily cost is $1.50. Yeah, so it's a negligible difference. call it Mamba Shakes to go with the theming. Cosmic Cows the Oh man. If you didn't know better, that would sound a little bit odd, but Venom Vanilla. Strawberry Strike. Just kind of theming it, you know, being a little creative with the I don't know what you come up with banana, but you can really change it to any fruit. There we go. Yeah, a little bit creative, but... And we'll go ahead and open it. And I think we'll get some people get stuff over here. They want some different options. And what we could do is add... I'm gonna go on the workshop, actually, and look for something. Because I'd like to see, like, a resort stand. I find that the search doesn't work super well if you use more than... Is this a bug? Kinda interesting they're not really showing up when I search that. Man. Oh, hey. Oh, that actually works, and we can change the colors a little bit. That's really neat. I like that. What you can actually do is go by... Oh, somebody made a King Dakar. Oreo. Oh man, go buy some Oreos. Splash and Slush. That's actually pretty neat. Whoa. Yeah, but filtering these in the search doesn't seem to be really kicking in there. Oh, it actually comes with the stand. Alright, so what we just do... place it over here, and I'll delete the counter. And it actually should... Oh, it doesn't. Okay. So we just have to get the placement lined up.
You do not step on Mel.
That should be close enough. I mean, it's not totally perfect, but it's close. And we got people come and take advantage of them. And you can actually, like, change the... I'm not sure. No, you can't change the color of the awning. Hey, they got milkshakes and them. But you can change the color of all of these. But we could leave it as it is. It stands out as a bright spot. You know, it kind of catches people's attention, draws it to them. And, yeah, so we get the first two guests. We'll have more people probably come up. Oh, we got one miscellaneous bench there in the middle. Ah, forgot to delete that after we moved him out to here. Do you want to see the revamped strata I did? Oh, you actually reworked this? Yeah, you can drop the code. I'll find a place to slap it down, and if we want to switch it out, I'll probably do that another time, because I'm going to be jumping off here in the next few minutes. Should be one of the first ones on the page. Alright, well, I've got to go in and find... Unless there's a way to pull it up, like, by a friends list or something like that. Hey, look at that. Bromik is still on the top. Look at all these people otherwise. Planet Coaster 2 is 9th in the list. Kickflip Kev makes a lot of good stuff. Taggy? Yeah, makes some good stuff. Oh, here it is. Whoa! I like the look of that from the beginning. I love that Gerstlauer. The graffiti on the wall. Okay. Whoa. This looks brilliant. Gotta find a place to set it at first. I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look at that in a new park. So I'm gonna go ahead and save. Actually, no. I need to turn down the guest count again. And then the easiest way to get the count down shut the park down. Speed it up and just watch people flock out. Make sure to line up the orange box. Alright, I'm gonna do that in a blueprint. Just a blank sandbox to place that blueprint. Since it's kinda cluttered. We'd have to get rid of the original ride, and I'm not ready to do that yet. See how much business these guest service counters are. Oh, they're making a killing! Priority pass $0. Oh, you can change the name of it too. Oh, and you can change the colors of the umbrellas, not like tweak them, but you can set what color umbrellas you want to be sold, which is pretty cool. The modular souvenir shops don't even let you choose all 5. I think it's just 3. I wish you could change the colors of the umbrellas that you want to sell and the balloons. Mass exodus. Alright, we can open it back up now that we're at... Look at that! Adult price is $85. That's wild. Let's repair that while I'm at it. There we go. Let me go ahead and save. Upload change. And we'll go in and check out that coaster, and then I'm calling it a night. You have to do this before exiting the park. It will crash other people's games, or make it lag really badly. I just prefer the guest count higher, because it makes the park feel like it's, like, more coming to life. I will admit that the queue sucks. We'll see. I mean, I can always revamp it. Alright. Tsunami. I'm running out of room in that park, too. Alright. Let's see here. Oh, there's a lot of trees. Line the bottom with the ground. I did it wrong. Use the advance so you can see it closer. That's pretty good right there. It might be just a tad below, but this ground right here is also not totally even. Honestly, that's close enough, though. Alright, so you've got the exit that comes around back through here. Down here is a ride photo counter, which is pretty cool. And then we've got... Ooh, Chief Beef, So Delightful, Pizza Pen, restrooms. Wow! I love this sign. This looks really neat. You've got all the wave curls, the lettering. There's your staff path. Q zigzags, comes around this way. No, that's not that bad. It really isn't bad. And I actually like the metal scaffolding over it, so it does give some shade. And it's interesting too, you've got these little kind of sticking out supports to hold up the queue, which is really neat. I think generally, from an aesthetic perspective, I prefer to try to keep them covered and build the walls up, but I see why you did what you did, and I think it looks really neat that way, actually. I would put maybe a little bit of cover over this here. The one thing I think you could do with the spacing is good. What I think you could do is do another row and have it just come out this way instead of like the sharp turns. But that's a trivial. Let's give the coaster a run. Glad you kept that airtime, Hill. That's much smoother. That's really neat. And the tree's nice and thick around it, so it actually kind of does provide a little bit of a buffer. Very cool. 113, yes, it's actually almost everything's the same other than just reprofiling this second hill. Just give some really good ejector there, and then more ejector up here. I'm curious how that looks. Yeah, it kind of turns into floater, but you stay floating. I mean, you just settle back down just a tad. These custom supports look amazing. It looks way better than what it has by default. And see, this right here is the place that I would want to do like a really cool drop tower like they had. And they just don't have that option, unfortunately. I think what I would do is extend that out. Not really. But to make a little bit of a longer coaster car, so it had better capacity. But that may not even be necessary. I like this fountain right here. That's really neat. Probably do just a little more rock work to cover those couple corners or edges there. then yeah, this is the perfect place for a big screen. We could do like a ride POV or something like that. But it looks really cool. I would probably change a couple things, minor things, not anything significant. I added custom music, but it doesn't transfer over. No, you would have to share the file. What else is missing though? I don't really notice anything in particular. I think this looks so cool. I would honestly change the color of the roofs to kind of match. That looks really, really cool. I love the way this looks visually. So good. And I love the tweak that you made to this hill. And I really am glad that you kept this one. Are all of these custom? Yeah. Holy cow. Wait. Could probably add a custom support for the camera or something like that. Overall, that's so cool though. I would probably... change a few minor things. Oh, you added the camera supports, but forgot to select them. Ah, that's okay. These over here look really cool, and what's nice is if you want to change out the drinks and food that are offered, that's a very easy switch. I would add a little scenery around them, maybe some shop front canopies or something like that. I love this though. Look at the way the waves are up. They're nice and high, they fit with the theming. The sign is absolutely awesome. Got the stacked letters. Oh, they're triple. I didn't even notice that. I knew they were double at least. These are triple. That's so cool. You got the dark blue, then the light blue, then the white. That is really neat. And if you wanted to change out a few of the trees, you could easily do that. And it definitely leaves plenty of room for customization. But you've got, like, a complete structure. That's really neat. Man, freaking great job with this. I really like this. I wonder what happens just for fun if I go in here and bump the launch up. Take it to 115. I'm curious. How does that affect the forces? Let's give it a back row ride. Nah, I didn't know you're pulling almost like 5.6. Oh, you keep floater, or more than floater, like flowjector off that. Wow. Oh yeah, I bumped it up a bit. Stacks are still not too extreme though. That's a little high. It's funny what 2 mile an hour difference ends up doing to that. That's solid, though. I think what I would even do is let it keep its speed up here and just do a run of the brakes a little bit further back. That was one thing that I was thinking about when I was looking at the one that I built. But that is so cool. Man, great job with this. I really appreciate that. I love this. Alright. Well, guys, I think that's going to do it for me tonight. It was great to be back on. I really had fun tonight. It was great hanging out with everybody and got to see some really cool stuff. And I think I'll be on tomorrow. I don't know what time. It may be a later start tomorrow. I'm not totally sure. I do plan on streaming. So we'll kind of continue to play around and check out some stuff. And Dino Dukes, I don't know what you plan on doing with this or what you plan on doing with the park. I would give you my blessing to take the one that I have and place this in instead. And then feel free to like fine-tune or tweak whatever you want. Say there might be a couple things that I kind of tweak on this side. But yeah, do as you see fit, man. Yeah, this is awesome. So, alright guys, that's gonna do it for me tonight. I hope you've enjoyed it. I have enjoyed it. I've enjoyed hanging out with all of you. We'll pick back up most likely tomorrow at some point. As always, until then, take care, stay safe. T3 sucks. This ride rocks. And we'll see ya.